So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day you're sitting here watching this. I was wanting to sit here and talk to you about this. Cups. I made this exact video a while back. I don't know. I was living with my dad when I made this video. But I was talking about how, do you have a certain cup that you prefer? At the moment, reason I mentioned, because I was living at my dad's, because that was several years ago. And, hell, with Christmas coming up, at the time of me filming this video, and all that kind of stuff. I don't know when I'm going to post this video, honestly, or anything. But just thinking about Christmases and birthdays and all that kinds of stuff like that. Yeah, fuck is that noise? I don't know. But for a fact that people are wanting these Stanley Cups, people are wanting these tumblers and Yetis and all this and that. So I made this this video a while back talking about, do you have a certain cup that you prefer over another cup? Yes, you can talk about normal cups, which more than likely you would prefer to drink wine out of these type of cups right here. You can talk about these kind of cups that look like it's meant for a root beer float. Hey, if you like drinking out of these kinds of cups, I honestly like drinking out of a glass cup. And I didn't have many tumblers at the time when I made this video originally, back in the day. But still prefer to drink out of it. Depends, like when I'm sitting down for dinner or I got a soda or I would like to drink out of it, something like that. But honestly, it don't matter to me really. Then you got your coffee cups and stuff like that, which most of the time people have a preference of what kind of coffee cup they drink out of. Is it a glass coffee cup? But that's the thing. I even got made fun of for asking this question down in the comments and stuff. It kind of hurt my feelings, and I went through all my comments and deleted most of them. There's so much stuff that's that you can sit here and talk about. Me personally, I have this Bubba cup. It did not come with this lid. Actually, this lid came with a bigger version of this 64 ounce, and this is a 40 ounce. The 64 ounce, honestly, I prefer to drink, just take with me when I go to work. This one I usually just carry around the house if I want water or something. But either way, both of those two are for water. These bigger ones. My old lady, when she drinks something but water, she likes drinking it out of her Stanley cup thing right here. She has one of these strap things on it. Because as soon as you get done cleaning it, we put this thing back on it. It don't seem like it's all the way on there. But honestly, if I'm wanting to chill, relax or something, and me personally, I don't care too much about putting my soda in one of these types of cups, these tumblers. It could be this type of tumbler, the ones that go with these tiny lids and that are can, I guess you can say, like you pop plain cup like this. And I have this plain tumbler that is messed all up. Well, I'm bent, but it's all scratched up and everything. Most of the time when this one gets used is when I take it to work, honestly. Because, say, for example, I would take this and it'll be full of some water or something, and I could just fill this up over and over instead of having to keep untwisting this lid or something. And if I drop this, it drops, it don't matter. I honestly don't know how to replace the lids to these. You can actually go on Amazon and find lids to these right here. But like particularly the Bubba cups, more or less, doesn't really have a replacement. You could probably find other types of stuff. But what I'm getting at is, for me, it depends on what it's for. Most of the time, I would prefer water in these stainless steel cups. Because I'm not ever going to sit here and say, oh, water tastes the same. But it does. Most of the time, it does taste better in these types of cups. Or coffee, too. But something about soda, depends on the soda, too. Because I could sit here and drink a Dr. Pepper. I don't like Dr. Pepper in these cups right here. I love Dr. Pepper. But in these cups, something about the metal, I don't know what it is. You can say, oh, it's like drinking it out of a can, but no, it's not really, in my opinion. I don't know what it is. Dark drink sodas don't feel like they taste the same coming out of this. And dark soda might taste better coming out of a glass, in my opinion. And you can make fun of me for what I'm saying about this, but there are so many different types of cups to think about. And when you do think about these cups, think about, what are these going to use for? And the biggest question that I even just started with this was, what cup do you prefer with what? Or do you have a cup that you prefer more often than the others? What's wrong, buddy? Look how big he's gotten since last time I showed y'all. He's gotten so big. Yes, I do. I love him. He's a butthead, though. He likes to chew on stuff that he shouldn't. Butthead shouldn't chew on books. He loves chewing on books. I hate chewing on books. Cause, and that's another reason why I like, I'm not even trying to be funny, but like, if you have a metal cup, they can't tear it up. Now, I will sit here and say the lids to these will more than likely get screwed all up because of the dog, if you have a dog. Because they're plastic, and the dog can chew on them, more than likely break them, especially if it has a pieces like this that move back and forth. That will more than likely be popped off by the time you get home. If he has handles like this, because originally the other lid, that's why I am using this lid for this, because it had a straw built into it, a plastic straw. It would pop up, and then the dog's got a hold of that. But the cup is still fine. It's got some scratches that you can see that where they try to scratch it up and stuff. A few dents and stuff, but really, it's still intact. It's not, I still can use it. They get in the trash a lot, and the bottles, if you leave a bottle in the trash or cardboard, or they'll chew it up. Hell, you can't even leave something close to the edge of the table or something without them wanting to chew it up. Shoes, for example, especially if it's shoes you really care about, don't leave them out. Or you just know you need them shoes, don't leave them out at all, because them dogs will get a hold of it. Book bags or anything. At least our dogs are that bad. Mainly that little one right there that I just picked up. He likes to chew on everything. Right now he's chewing on the daggum corner of the desk, which I'm not being a good dog parent by not disciplining him, but at the same time I'm not trying to be like, what do you call that, gentle parenting with the dog, but at the same time I guess you can say I am. These cups honestly are perfect in my opinion. I have one, I don't know where I put it, but I usually use I forget what this is called, Stanley Cup type thing. I have a knockoff version of it. My old lady, she has this, the actual thing. I held these Yeti cups. Well, this one's an Ozark cup, which honestly, the Ozarks, I'm not going to say, which one's better or this or that, because I've never had a Yeti. But from my friends having Yetis and stuff, they've even went to Ozark. It could be just the price difference, and this one ain't a bad supplement for it. Because the price difference of one of these versus one of these, that's the funny thing. Just because this one has a matte finish on it, paint, it was like $5 to $10 more than this one. And this one was just a silver gray one. And you could get this in, I think, $10 at Walmart. I don't know the price range now, but when we got that one. But this one is the main one that I use for if I do drink sodas. Because ginger ale, Sprite, cherry wine, hell, I even do drink Dr. Pepper out of it. It's just that I prefer if I drink Dr. Pepper out of a glass. But main reason I don't mind drinking it out of something like this is because it does keep the fizz a lot longer. Because it's a lid, it doesn't go flat as fast. It's consistently opening a lid to your drink or something. It eventually goes flat. But also there's openings so that the lid just doesn't pop off. Same as something like this. Well, the lid will stay on, but as soon as you go to open it, you'll hear soda. Which, the reason why I do ask, hey, do you have a certain cup for certain things, is because as I've gotten more of these tumblers and these double wall insulated cups and metal cups just in general, I've noticed that, hey, if I put soda in this thing, it tastes, every time I put water back in it, I still taste the soda. Or yes, you should wash them and all this and that, but it takes a while still to get the soda flavor out of the metal for some reason. I'm not even trying to be funny about that. So I prefer this one. I would keep my soda in most of the time. This one I don't even use. It's just a metal cup. Honestly, I don't even use this one mainly because this ain't even the right lid, and I can't find the lid for it. But for me, this one's a normal cup size, I guess you can say. But if I'm going to drink something as a small amount, I'm not going to usually use something like this. Unless I'm trying to just take it with me on the go, I guess you can say. But if I'm trying, especially for being so small, and it's not even double walled, so it's not really going to keep it warm for long or cold for long. Really, I don't understand the point of it. These things. We got a bunch of tumblers just in general. Stuff like this. We got matte finished ones, red ones, blue ones, green ones, and stuff like that, just because people was giving them to us for Christmas, and I accept them all. Because the amount of times that I will sit here and say I have gotten either mad, first off, and broken a cup and because I've slung it, or doing dishes in general, and a cup just falls over, makes me so much more mad. Because like these cups, you don't have to have the lid if you don't want to. Honestly, and a lot of people don't realize this. If you really wanted a lid that's super cheap, just go to McDonald's, get a cup that's about the size, put the lid on it, and get a couple of those, and so that you can use that lid if you want to. If you don't want to use these, if you're not too worried about the lid, this cup, if I knock over, it ain't gonna shatter. Maybe at most the lid might crack, but that's the lid. And another thing is, if I get mad and want to throw it, if anything, it's gonna hurt my house more than it's gonna hurt my cup, or leave a dent in the cup. But I can still use this cup. I don't want to hurt my house either, but at the same time, it's better than if I shattered some glass. These are good for anger if you have bad anger. I'm just saying. Because if you are tendency to throw shit, it's better to have something like this, just a chunk down, and you're sitting there like, whatever, I just cleaned up the mess of liquid that just fell out of it. That's at most. But then, if you fall, or if you don't fall, but if you throw this, and nothing's getting shattered other than whatever you throw it at, probably. So don't throw this at people. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying in general, if you throw it, it's not like, oh, for the next couple weeks I'm having to worry about if I step on glass or this or that. And I'm saying because you'll sweep up the glass and you never really get all the glass up. Weeks later, you're still picking up glass or getting glass in your feet or in your bottoms of your shoes and all this and that. Because it went under over here or came out from over there and this and that. One day you're sweeping or you decide to move the table and it's a bunch under the table. I got made fun of for making this video. And this is the kind of stuff I was talking about when I originally was talking about it in that video, but I didn't have no tumbler cups. I had one tumbler cup, like metal cup, but I think I used a different cup at the time. And I still prefer a certain cup over certain things most time. I have this cup right here, but my favorite cup that I own, my favorite cup is this one, the small little coffee cup. Compared to, first off, it helps, same as this cup, the handle helps a lot. It's not too big, so if I drink in coffee or whatever I'm drinking, hey, I'm drinking it. That's another reason why I say plastic cups are even better than a fucking glass cup. This cup right here is nothing special about this cup, other than it's supposed to look like metal, but it ain't metal, it's all plastic. It's just a plastic cup that you can get at your daggum local Dollar General. And there you are. When I'm drinking, I prefer this small cup for some reason, out of all the cups that I have. But plastic tends to break faster than metal. So if I was to get mad and I chunk this, it could still break, but not shatter in a million pieces compared to glass. This would more than likely break or crack or something before it would shatter. But if y'all have a certain cup out of every cup that you own, do you have a Yeti cup? Do you have an Ozark cup? Do you even have a Bubba cup? One of these Bubba cups like this? Or do you drink out of Stanley cups? Or do you have some off-brand metal cup that you found at the flea market one day that has a bunch of pot leaves? Not exactly pot leaves, but you have a bunch of different cups. Or hell, do you just like drinking out of a coffee cup every time? Or glass cup in general? Or do you have a certain glass cup? Do you like drinking out of wine glasses to feel fancy all the time? I don't know. I want to say thank y'all for watching. And if you enjoyed any part of this video, please leave a like. And if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. I try to make content every day as often as possible. Sometimes I try to upload double uploads every day. And I'll say, do what you gotta do when you really want to do it. Have fun with your life while you can. And please tell me down in the comments what y'all would prefer.